Alright, hello and welcome back to Let's Play yet another no-name MAME game. Today's no-name MAME game is, of course, Route 16. And let's jump right in. So as we can immediately see, we're thinking Pac-Man. Oh, hey. And just like Pac-Man, yeah, you can only awkwardly turn at angles. Although, unlike Pac-Man, you're actually faster than the cars. Huh. It doesn't seem... Oh my gosh. Dang. Alright, forget Pac-Man. This just became... whatever, wow. Okay. So we see... okay, our immediate constraints are just the three guys following us and our fuel gauge. Otherwise, we are on the go. Oh, well, I'm assuming the ghosts are... about as bad as Pac-Man ghosts. So, I mean, you see, well, okay, you kind of have... ooh, jeez. Yeah, I do like that, though, when you crash, it says crash. But then, I mean, you see this kind of trick a lot on Atari games, where, you leave the... like, instead of just being one fixed screen over and over again, then you go to this other, smaller, less graphically intensive giant screen where you kind of navigate the world. And this game kind of uses that to interesting effect. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen that on an arcade game, but again, I haven't really been looking, so that's not too surprising. Ah. So it does seem like the overworld is a pretty good way to get hit by the opponents. Otherwise, once you finally get into a maze, then you're basically home free. And it's a little interesting just because you can actually outrace anyone, really. So, I'd say half the challenge is gone. Well, because, I mean, the opponents, they can really only get you if they, like, outsmart you. Or really outmaneuver you. And, I mean, considering that they're gifted with all of the intelligence of an 80s level computer, that's probably not going to happen so well. Oh, did I get the equivalent of the power pellet in this game? It's a Finnish flag. Makes sense. Although honestly, to call this game like a Pac-Man clone, it's not really Pac-Man. It's kind of its own thing. And I wonder if you collect all the treasure, if you get to go to another world. Well, I mean, like, you know how there's like the small screen for this one where you collect all the treasure? Well, it'd be like another screen of that. So it'd be like a screen of screens. Oh man, that'd be pretty great. It's like a game where it's like it just increases in scale each time. Actually, I think they made one. It was called Life. If you win on the microbial stage, you get advanced to the next... oh crap. Oh, well, they're playing easy. Come on, you don't want to corner me. Actually, that's basically how Spore went. Although unfortunately Spore wasn't so great of a game. It was an interesting thing. I don't know, Spore was kind of the thing where it's like... it's an interesting experience to do once, but if you were to actually play through it, like, multiple times after a while... because there's really only, like, one real way you can go through things. And, I mean, a couple of the stages, like, you can go either way, but... it's not working so great. Anyway, Route 16, I don't know, it just kind of feels like it's lacking that element of strategic flair that Pac-Man had. I mean, yeah, I guess technically you should only enter areas in the right times when you've got like a clear escape route, and you should always be cognizant of the enemies, but just the fact that you're faster than the enemies makes it just all too easy to avoid them, really. Well, not that it's easy per se, but it's like there's really only one way they can get you, and that's... okay, so ghosts get you. But, I mean, they could really only get you if they, like, accidentally, speed around and, like, get you. If they're, like, accidentally lying in wait. Oh, that's interesting. I thought I had that, little extra life there? Okay, so you can get... oh, okay, it goes away. I thought for a second there you got infinite extra lives. Which would be pretty cool in an arcade game. Especially back then. Yeah, you don't even have to be good to play all the time. You just have to be good enough to get that. But I mean, it really feels like there's only one way the cars can get you. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really feel like you're testing your wits against them. Because Pac-Man, like, you always felt like you were fighting against the ghosts. Like, you were trying to outsmart them, you were trying to outmaneuver them. It was just you versus them. But this, the cars act more like an arbitrary timer than anything. And I mean, the cars don't ever, like, catch you if... You don't ever have to really worry about the cars catching you so much as you have to worry about you screwing up enough that the cars will get you. But otherwise, I mean, the exploration concept, it's kind of cool. That's right. Run, run! You're mine now. I have you now. Yeah, oh, so it is always kind of the same maze. And I wonder if there is even a next one, or the developers just kind of assume that you'll never make it past this one, which, to their credit, is not that bad of an assumption. Yeah, I mean, on one hand you add in, like, the open, seemingly open, wide open world where you have to, like, plan things out, but you also kind of lose the intense kind of small, like, Pac-Man's smallness, because it only focused on one screen. That screen was, like, incredibly hectic. It was incredibly tense, and the action, even though it was very, like, localized, it was very good in that one place. But here, it's kind of... It's just a wide open area, but then the quality kind of spreads out, too, over the wide open area. Well, and I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, the developers, they were just like, hey, what would happen in Pac-Man if, instead of looping around, you warped to another place? And I mean, credit to them for, like, going out and implementing their idea. It's just, unfortunately, the result, I guess, wasn't so great. But, I mean, we only know that due to their hard efforts in actually doing... Oh, oil slows you down. I would have assumed that oil refilled your fuel. Although it does seem like you have a hilariously massive amount of fuel, so... I guess that's really just an incentive not to just keep going around in circles. Yeah. Well, I mean, what the heck are they doing there? Is there something up there that I should know about? Did I input a cheat code or something? Or are they just, like, systematically messing with me? Oh, this is not a good one to be in. They've cornered me, like, what, twice? Third times? Oh gosh, that's only one of 2 treasures. Well, the ghost pose is no problem, but yeah. I don't know what that guy's doing, just kind of looping around. I guess they tried to implement the Pac-Man Lazy Chase algorithm, and it got a little confused now that it's so much more massive than before. Oh, all I need to do is just suicide dive for the bomb thing. Alright. I can feel it. I can feel victory. No, no, no. But that's what I mean. I mean, it's not too hard to really outsmart him. Oh, that's pretty smart of him. What? You left it on... Ah, oh, jeez. And now the controls defeat me, not necessarily the enemies. And that's the thing about Pac-Man. If the ghosts don't get you, the controls will. But... yeah. I mean, interesting experiment. Dang, 81. That's almost competing with Pac-Man for, like, timing out there. Well, I'm pretty sure Pac-Man was, like, 78. And 3 years is kind of a while in arcade terms, although maybe not so much in the beginning. But, well, it's an interesting game and a different take on, like, kind of the maze chase formula. Not necessarily a good take, but it's a guess, it's an out there, and you can't ever fault developers for trying something new. Well, on that note, this cat's got a scat.